Okay. Wow, it's the 10th already. Okay. On. Done. Manual, scheduled, automatic. All right. Now, stop that. All right, let's run our config. Okay. And delete dangerous. Close that. Let's pin that to start so it'll be easier to find. There goes Elite Observatory. Hey guys, gotta launch 1,000,000,001 things to get Elite working for exploration. But should be good to go. Mic check. But should be good to go. Mic check. Yep, we are good. All right, read all and start up the monitor on ED Observatory. Cool. We're gonna have to restart voice attack. Okay.
You may ask Verity questions about any topic. Keep in mind Verity's answers will likely be one of the following. 1. Verity isn't capable of answering that particular question. 2. Verity does not know. 3. Verity doesn't see the relevance. 4. Get a life. Checking systems. Done. All systems nominal.
Quarter impulse. Verity. Oh, Lord. Quarter impulse.
1/4 impulse.
Super Cruise. Enter Super Cruise. Full impulse.
Maximum velocity.
Lord. Oh, that's right. We scanned the system yesterday. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Plotted. Excellent. Engage FSD.
Engaging drive. Hyperspace jump.
System scan.
Adding information to database.
Huh. Keyboard bind is missing. System scan.
Scanner activating.
Ah, there it is. Cool. Oh, you have disabled my other commands, haven't you? Pretty good system here. All right. Let's see what we got today, chat. Starting off strong with some HMCs. On the rich atmosphere. What are you? I see. Now back this way. Another HMC. Something in between there too. Another icy. There it is. There's something up in the water worlds. Here. There you are. Alright, we got a lot of work to do in this system. Got a lot of work to do in this system. Well, we'll just start. I'll map the water world, even though it's been mapped. It doesn't hurt. It's going to work our way down the first star and then down the second star. We're going to be in this system for a few minutes. Crewman Verity.
Yes, Commander.
Enable chit chat.
Affirmative.
Crewman Castillo. What is her name? Crewman. Protocol override. Customize my settings.
Acknowledged.
What is her name? Callisto. I had it backwards. Save.
Acknowledged.
Crewman Callisto.
Executing now.
Enable chit chat.
Of course.
Interaction mode enabled. What's interaction mode on? Interaction mode on. Crewman Callisto.
Aye, Commander.
Interaction mode on.
Interaction mode on.
Crewman Verity.
I'm here.
Interaction mode on.
On.
Galaxopedia enabled. Enable Galaxopedia.
Affirmative, Commander.
There we go. Six probes. Good talent. Just messing with. I added a couple new voice packs.
There are 88 constellations in my database. The very same constellations adopted by the International Astronomical Union.
Anyways, I added Callisto and Verity to my voice pack crew this morning, so still getting them configured. Found a good one here. We got one. I mean, most of this system is HMCs and Rockies, so as far as the community goes, fantastic. How's it going on your end, sir? Thank God for throttle presets. Okay, this will be 2 right here because we've got this double. This planet and moon. Actually, these look like nested moons almost, but they're definitely a planet and moon, given that there's nothing larger right here. No biological hits in this system, sadly enough. Ah, 6 probes. They're all 6 probes. Which means they're all technically 5 probes. Now, I know I don't technically need to go into the map there to see a planet, but it helps keep me straight on which one we're on without missing something. Which in a system like this, I don't want to, because it's a real bitch to figure it out if you get off track. think I'm probably good on voice packs for now. The only one I haven't really gotten is the ship's dog, and that's because we have the stream's dog, even though he's asleep right now. So I don't feel the need for a dog voice pack. I would put him on camera, but he looks way too comfy. I don't want to bother him. Like, y'all ever see your dog sleeping and you're like, man, I would be a real bastard if I disturbed him right now. Okay, so you went up above the plane. I actually dove a little bit below it for this one. I almost never explore on the galactic plane. It's just because that's what most lazy people do, is just stay right on the plane, so... That being said, if you ever end up, what is the name of this sector? If you ever end up right in this stretch of the galaxy, you'll get really freaking sick of seeing my name. Because that's where I did my big exobiology run, so there's so much shit out there. And it is all discovered and mapped because I was doing exobiology. Like, anything I ran into out there is full send done with exploration. Like, yeah, Chester's in his armchair, curled up against one side of it, sleeping where he can get some sun. Got all four paws tucked up under him. Interesting orbit. Systems are starting to become 35 to 50. Ugh. Not optimal. Alright, this is our last HMC for this star. Now we move on to the secondary star when we're done with this one. Where I was exploring, most systems had been discovered and everything valuable mapped. See, I'm seeing lazy commanders have been through here before. Like, this has been discovered, but it's not been mapped. So for the purposes of the CG, and I've had several systems that nobody had been in before, but the majority of systems that I have seen another commander has been through, it's real haphazard. Like, they scanned a couple things and went on, and nobody mapped anything, hardly. So, I'll take the first maps, you know, where people have been come through and been slackers before. Oh yeah, afternoon. It is afternoon, actually. Like, this, whoever this commander is, Blitz the Otter, like, they scanned this system from FSS, it looks like, and then didn't do anything else. So I've got two more over here. So yeah, whoever this commander was didn't really do much. Oh boy, 90.4k light seconds. Good thing we have a Mandalay. Punch it. So, we won't get the first discovered bonuses off this stuff, but we will get the mapping, which is fine for the community goal. Get on in here. So we've got 2 here, and then we can resume. 2 minutes to jump. So the jump windows are actually normal today. Do we have to roam around HIP 87261 or Rocky Bodies anywhere? Rocky Bodies and HMCs from anywhere should count. Because I'm 3,000 light years away looking for rocky planets and high metal contents myself. Analysis mode.
Acknowledged.
Well, you're looking for 2 different things there. Rocky planets are one thing, and then high metal contents are another. And you have to make sure you turn back in at the community goal station. You can't just sell your data anywhere. Could have flown through pre-Odyssey. Yeah, Talon. Or it could be a player that doesn't have Odyssey, but it's just... interesting that everything is scanned. But I have definitely seen systems where there have been commanders that had Odyssey, where they haven't done the whole system or have missed stuff. Because if I see a first discovered in a first mapped by somebody and then a first discovered by them on another planet that they didn't map, and it's like, well, why didn't you map this one? Like I had a guy that yesterday that had done a water world but hadn't bothered with the HMCs. And like I know HMCs aren't worth that much compared to some other stuff you can do in exploration, but there's so damn many of them, it's worth scanning them because they really stack up over time. Wisconsin Mountain, what's up? Move to YouTube from Twitch. Which is funny because I think YouTube's actually further behind today than the Twitch stream is. Judging at the speed Talon is responding to things. But I watch where you're more comfortable, honestly. Analysis mode.
Certainly.
And jump now, and jump time's normal. I could theoretically jump the copper spot out here to meet us. I just don't see the need. She's parked up in a Trailblazer system right now. Because I was going to work on colonization. I suppose I could set up some sell orders. Well, no, I can't set up sell orders. Yeah, I can. Never mind. I suppose I could set up some sell orders or buy orders on the carrier for what I need and use my other account. But I always feel icky using my other account to give money to myself from my main account, basically. Like, it just feels kind of wrong, you know? Over a dozen systems when 20 light years. Nice. Very nice. That's so much better than 30 to 50. And besides, it's not like Commander Dimebot Jr. is poor, exactly. I mean, he's doing just fine. And yes, I'm aware that naming my alternate account Commander Dimebot Jr. is incredibly original and creative. Thank you. Perfect. Next system en route.
Selecting next system en route.
Engage FSD.
Charging frameshift drive. Jumping
like
to next system.
Right, it's like I am my own Nepo baby.
Engaging now.
In all honesty, that account exists if I need to make a video about something in the bubble and my main account is doing something like this. System scan.
Okay, executing now.
That is really weird. Why does... That makes no sense, voice attack. So, it has to use the same command to access this as the button that I press. But if I let voice attack do this, then my FSS controls do not work. But if I do it myself manually, they work. I'm going to have to look into that. That's a weird bug. These are the clusters. Yep. Okay, so far not too interesting in this system. Since we are doing a little bit of exo while I'm out here in order to tick me over to elite, let's have a quick look at B6. Oh my, you're not close. This will probably max the Mandalay's speed in SCO. Yep, there it is. That is top speed for the Mandalay, guys. It's been a while since I've had a big enough distance to run this thing flat out. God, this ship is such a ridiculous beast. Look how much fuel that didn't use. Alright, so we're going to have a quick scan at this planet and see what I can get confirmed as far as life signs. Remember back in the day when we would see a distance like that and be like, alright, well, I'm going to set course and go make a sandwich. Maybe run to Walmart. Alright. Deliberately going to swing wide of this planet a little bit. I want the light side easily accessible for if we need to land. Not like it wouldn't be, but, you know, just setting things up. We might need one more probe. No? Alright, it's bacteria. It's a decent value one, though. We'll see if we can find it. I'm not going to spend long on it, but we'll see if we can find it. Balance power.
Redistributing power.
Preparing for orbit.
Cutmeister 007. 07, Commander. 07, 07. How are you? Let's steer away from
Orbital
that
navigation
range.
guidance system online.
Do I have tips on doing this on what? Looking for bacterium or just looking for things on the surface of a planet in general?
Intelligent thrusters initiating.
Landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
Yeah, Talon's got a good point. The other thing is, a lot of it comes down to experience. Once you've seen what everything kind of looks like, you'll get better at spotting them from the air. Night vision can help with some of them too. It won't help with bacterium, but it can help with some of the plants. Make them pop out against the background more. Bacteria are honestly the hardest ones. And I wouldn't advise... The biggest tip with bacteria is if you don't see them pretty quick, don't waste much time, because there's only one that's really worth looking for an extended period of time. And that's the Informant. And that's the one that's worth about 40 mil if you get a first footfall. The rest of them... I mean, we're going to be able to find this one pretty quickly, probably, but it's still only going to be worth like 5 million. Okay, just made the first jump into the likes, apparently. Nice! Congrats! That's a good feeling right there. Two of my favorite activities, actually, exo and mining. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love bounty hunting, but bounty hunting doesn't give me as much time to actually talk to you guys on stream because I have to pay a little bit more attention to what I'm doing when I'm bounty hunting. Also, another tip for exobiology is if you see that pop-up I keep getting in the bottom right, that is Elite Observatory with the Bio Insights tool. It's not leading me to anything, but it does give me some pop-ups that make my life easier. But practice is the biggest thing with exobiology. You just... Even I couldn't tell you what everything looks like, but you start to learn to pick out the irregular shapes and stuff. Like, as I said, bacteria, absolutely the hardest. And, like, I just passed one a second ago, but we couldn't scan it because we hadn't gotten enough distance from our last sample. Which is probably the biggest use, or my favorite use for this... plugin is letting me know when I've traveled far enough to actually collect my next sample. But now we have to find said last sample. SRV survey plugin. That is another good one. I'm partial to ED Observatory, but you may be partial to SRV survey. That is a very subjective kind of thing. I know commanders that swear by either or. Come on, give me that one last dingy little dirt stain so I can scan and get out of here. Because now that I've got 2 out of 3, I'm invested, and I'm not leaving until I'm done. There you are. You have Elite Observatory, you don't want to use it now. Elite Observatory by itself to do exobiology needs the Bio Insights program plugin to really be useful. Because by itself, it ain't that useful here. This will take you to the... Oh, you guys are in YouTube chat. That window. There you go. That will take you to the plugin page for Elite Observatory. The useful ones are Bio Insights and Evaluator. Landing gear.
Retracted.
Power to engines.
Boosting power to engines.
Afterburners. Engage FSD.
Engaging cruise.
Wow, somebody did leave a lot of money on the table.
Dynamite!
Damn it, Vasco!
Dreadfully sorry. Dynamite staring me in the face the whole time. A D-Y-N.
Next system en route.
Next system en route.
Engage FSD.
Drives engaging.
Well, today, how goes? Bio Insights and Evaluator are good for ED Observatory.
Leaving system. Faster than light velocity reached.
Evaluator will essentially estimate what each planet should be worth for you if you scan it. Six in this system. And we're actually going to fuel up because that last 200 and something thousand light year or light second trip burned some fuel. I don't normally like to scan from right next to the sun, but let's see what we can get done while we're sitting here. Yeah, last planet's right there. Is this a whole system full of HMCs? That's hilarious. 1 high metal, 2 high metal, 3 high metal, Alright, well. Let's get to work, folks. Balance power.
Diverting power to requested systems.
All right. I need to check and see if this goal has actually updated and reached a tier yet. Last time I looked, I didn't see it. All right. Come on, we should be in range. There we are. 7 probes, you say? Let's see if we can do 5. Plan shows 5 were agencies, 1 ammonia, and a water world. Jeez. Yeah. Somebody left a good chunk of change on the table there.
Why, I must apologize. It's just... well, I spent hours trying to figure this one out. Early and orange. Infuriating! Ridiculous clue as well. Who'd have thought? It's marmalade, you see. Marmalade! Damn it! You wouldn't have got it. I don't think so.
Brian bless it, everybody. Absolutely, Cal. Ditto, if anybody needs the Flying Giga Monkey Squadron for anything, you just have to let me know. My Discord is super easy to find. So... kind of a sloppy angle on this one. Nice, interesting view, though, of the probes. Not necessarily mind being spread out so much in this system. With SCO, it makes it easy. Analysis mode. Analysis mode.
Affirmative.
Ah, we have 2 here. Nice. Mystic Fiery Nico is currently on a 10-stream streak on Twitch. Congratulations, Mystic. Now let's hope Twitch is nice and doesn't drop it. Hardpoints don't always come up when I am in combat mode. There is a button that can help you with that, or an option. If you're forgetting to actually deploy your hardpoints when you go into combat, just turn on firing deploys hardpoints. But I would make it a habit of hitting that, of learning to do it. Like, go and deploy your hardpoints, then go into combat mode, because it can be useful to turn that button off for certain situations. But yeah, if you're just getting into combat and you keep forgetting to deploy your hardpoints, turn on firing and deploys hardpoints. First ad you got was your battlefield. Nice. Now, I will also say, if you're first getting into combat, so it's kind of an oxymoron when it comes to combat, particularly bounty hunting. It isn't about the ship, and it is about the ship. At its most basic, at the beginner levels, it's about learning what you can handle and learning how to fly. At the very top end of combat, when you're in a hazardous, yeah, it's absolutely about the ship, because my Corvette can handle shit that, you know, an Eagle can't take. But one of the things I always recommend for people to do when you're first starting out bounty hunting, plop yourself into a regular resource extraction zone and follow the security services around. For 2 reasons. One, all you really have to do to get the bounties is get in a few hits before the security service murks whatever target they're after. But 2, if you do start a fight and something starts pounding on you, the security services are going to be all over them like flies on shit, and you should have a chance to get out of the way.
Yeah! Oh, rubbish! I must have made an error. There's no such word. Sorry. Carry on.
If anybody's wondering, one of Vasco's whole shticks is that the AI does crossword puzzles, which is why he keeps on doing that. Put lasers in the main laser. I have my answer for this. I want to see what chat comes up with. Let me check on them. What does the Mandalay have again? Mean 2F, 2F. Okay. You have to be out of cruise mode for combat. Yes. Analysis mode.
As you wish.
Let me get in here and scan this, and then I want to take a look at something, and then I will address that question, because I want to make sure I have what's in the info that's coming out of my brain is the actual right info. Interesting looking world here. The Mandalay. Hard points. 4 utility mounts, 2 small hard points, and 4 medium hard points. That's what I thought. So 4 mediums, 2 small. So my take on a railgun on the Mandalay is that that's a highly situational thing to have. Kind of the way I always recommend people get used to combat is to start off with your traditional energy kinetic combo, so you understand how that works before you start adding things like railguns and plasma accelerators and this and that. Next system en route. Next system en route.
Locking system destination.
I mean, the Mandalay runs cool enough that you can absolutely put a railgun on there, but I feel like you're trading a lot of DPS that you could otherwise be using in a multi-cannon or something of the like. Yeah, by kinetics I mean multi-cannons or cannons. Because your whole idea
what's this one, I
is...
wonder?
Vasco, shut up.
You should try this one, too. 8 across, starts with M.
Vasco, shut up.
Late at night, approaching the morrow. Wait. It's midnight. I'm sorry, but I did say that just before you.
Anyways. Your idea is that energy weapons can take down shields better, and kinetics are better against hull. So, and then I am not a big believer in missiles or torpedoes in this game, so I'm not a good person to ask about those, but some people do swear by them. No, it does sound a little like him. That's Brian Blessed. Rocky, ice, 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 baby. Nice. 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 So we've got one we're scanning. Once you get up to the bigger ships in combat, you can look at some weapons. I've always called them, referred to them as luxury weapons when I'm talking about outfitting in tutorials. The things like a big fat plasma cannon or multiple railguns. And so Gimbaled is... So here's the trade-off when that comes to that. Gimbaled basically aims for you. Turrets just do their own thing, and fixed you have to aim. So what you'll see is trying to find a good... let's just take a Challenger and I'll try to make this easy to see on stream. So what we have here is, I'm going to zoom right in on it, is we have a 1F pulse laser, right? So this is the big difference between... Quiet, we're all speaking Latin. So here's a fixed laser, right? If you look at the DPS, it's 7.9. If we go with a gimbal, the DPS is 6.2. If we go with a turret, the DPS is 4. So you get a damage trade-off reduction the more you get aim assist, essentially. Turret's going to shoot for you. I do not recommend turrets because they'll blast things you don't want them to, unless you're using a big ship. Gimbaled is going to aim assist for you and still give you decent DPS. And then fixed is you're doing all the aiming and highest DPS. You will find that all but the best pilot, the most experienced pilots in the game still use Gimbaled. Because people are lazy. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. MCs means multi-cannons. Just saw that a little late, sorry. Just set turrets to target only. Yeah, I still don't trust that, El Guapo. I've had more than my fair share back in the day of turrets on my Anaconda shooting things that flew into their line of fire while trying to hit the target that they were assigned to. I just straight up don't trust turrets in Elite, and I never will again. The amount of bounties I've gotten on my head because of turrets in this game.
Damn and blast it! Oh, why, I'm dreadfully sorry. Did I make you jump?
Alright, that's it, Vasco. I'm done with you for the day. Protocol override, customize my settings.
Opening customizer.
Thank you, Commander. Standing by. Closing customizer. Settings saved.
Next system en route.
Locking next star system.
Engage FSD.
Drives engaging.
Is burst better than pulse?
Jumping. Frameshift now engaged.
I've always considered that more of a personal preference. There are arguments to be made either way. We had 9 bodies here. You should use multi-cannons. Not cannons. I think the only thing I ever ran a cannon on was the Vulture because it was just hilarious. Yeah, multi-cannon, essentially a chain gun. Oh, potentially some money to be made in this system. Okay. Me liking what I'm seeing so far. Something else right there. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so one more, and where are you? There you are. I'm also a good squad. It's known to take on the players that very much power play. My squad's definitely... I'm the one in my squad that's into messing with power play, so you don't have to worry about that with us. B-32-1-7... Get the sound pack from John Delancey and sound like... It does actually sound like... Nice little... Yeah, Exo away from the bubbles, nice. That's how I made my my last 10 billion. It is the way to make money quickly these days. I also don't recommend doing what I did to make that 10 billion. A 560 mil is a very nice day's work. Hi, Gravity Well.
Yes. Oh, this one's a little tricky.
That's exactly what I'm doing with my
exobiology.
exobiology.
Now, it's 11 across, begins with C, and goes like this. Executor...
Why is he still talking? I turned him off.
Or concealment. No? No matter. Oh, how silly of me. It's clandestine. What beautiful word. Do you like it? I think it's French, or maybe even Latin.
Protocol override. Customize my settings.
Customizer opened.
He's turned off. I give up.
Customizer closed.
Fuel scoop can only be deployed around a star and only around certain stars. The acronym for that is KGB Foam. Those are the star classes that you can scoop from. And you must be in Super Cruise to fuel scoop. I'm going to have to figure out why Vasco can still talk. He's supposed to be disabled.
On approach. Orbital navigation system online.
All right. Or is it bad to have one burst laser? One? No, that's ideal because what you want a combo of thermal weapons, energy weapons, which are the lasers, etc., because they wear down shields quicker, and you want kinetic multi-cannon because they do more damage to hull. So you're on the right track there. Landing gear.
Deploying gear.
Why do I have pips to weapons? Because I'm running with the ship's power balanced right now. Because I don't particularly need any overriding power to any one system given what we're doing. Yes, the Mandalay does have weapons. I never go in any ship anywhere without at least some armament on it, no matter what I'm doing. Is a lesson learned from a very long time ago. Well, for me, having a weapon is a pure exploration build. Because long time ago, when they were first introducing Guardian stuff, me and a bunch of people went out exploring. And we came across the old, if any of you have interacted with them, the old Guardian space beacons that have to be activated at the end with a laser. I was the only one there with a laser, so I was the only reason we were able to actually do what we needed to do out there. So I am never quite convinced that FDev's not going to put something out there that I might not need a laser or a chain gun to activate somehow. So I never go anywhere without a weapon because they have proven to me that I might just need a weapon for exploration. Powered engines.
Stand by.
Afterburners.
Boost.
You were it, right? Yeah. Next system en route.
Affirmative.
Engage FSD.
Making the jump to light speed.
Now, I
Jump.
will say, if this thing was going to be a pure, what I would term a pure exploration build, it would actually have a mining laser on it, as well as a regular laser. But since I'm not going to be that far out on this trip, I didn't do that. But that's because I've stayed out long enough before to completely run out of synthesis materials, and that's not a fun feeling. Oh, fuck, Jesus, everything is around the B-Star right here. All right, well, we're going to be... And in one more step, no? Let's get slightly off there. There you are. What are you... Oh. Oh, we're landing on that planet. The fleet character. See, that's the other thing is, Up until recently, I have never had a fleet carrier because I didn't want one. So it doesn't, my brain doesn't think about taking it with me for exploration. I find moving it around the bubble irritating enough. And I'm sure you get used to it, but I mean, my Mandalay can cover as much, almost twice as much distance in the time it takes the carrier to do one jump. Like, it's just not something that I think of. Should probably give it a try. I'm just not used to it. Like I said, colonization's the only thing that convinced me to buy a fleet carrier. I never saw a use for him before this. There you are. And 5. There's a lot of HMCs here. Where are you? There you are. Okay, we need to have a look at this system. Yeah, I've been enjoying the Clipper with the cargo. I've got mine up to 1300 because I run it without shields. I've never really worried about losing data. I mean, it's obviously possible. It's just not. Yeah, just got to be careful. Okay. Seven, eight, 9. Jesus. Okay, good. We're going to be in this system for a long time, guys. First off, though, I want to visit B9. You're not. You're too. All right, we'll do the A system first. B9 is hopefully going to be very profitable. And that's the other reason I don't take my carrier on exploration trips. I don't want to have to mine for its damn fuel. Like I said, I know I'm a little bit of a weirdo because I had the money to buy a fleet carrier for technically a while, and why are we on this? And never did it. It's because I didn't want one. And now that I have mine, the only thing I do is shuttle it back and forth between two systems. It's literally a flying warehouse to me. And don't get me started on squadron carriers. I'll never be able to afford one of those things. Well, not without making it a second job. Oh, Colonia. I have a love-hate relationship with Colonia. That's what I use mine for, Talon, is aside from a flying warehouse, because my colony in the system that I generally grab colony supplies out of are fairly centrally located, so that's where I go if I need to switch to my Corvette or my Cobra to go deal with something else. Gameplay wise. Jesus, very nice. Well, that should be it. This system's going to be a lot. I should look at the evaluator tab in a minute and see how much it thinks this one's worth. I really hope that that hit on B9 is right. This is one of those star systems that would look wild in Aura review. We should take a look at it before we jump all the way out. Sidonius Darkstar, huh? So we had an Edgelord commander come through here at some point. Pretty good lack of volcanic or geological activity so far today on any of these scans. Good boy, Chester. You comfortable, buddy? Because you sure as hell don't look comfortable, dog. Speed this along a little bit. Yeah, got one more on this star, and then we're switching to the B system. Okay, that was done. And it's 8.4, and then doesn't it go up exponentially after that? No, it doesn't. It goes up by 4 point something. Is that accurate still? Nearly done with the current. Mine's the one I'm in is going to take a bit, Talon. I still don't think exobiology is the worst grind out there. Combat's getting to elite in combat is
Contact.
the worst. And trade is a joke these days. I mean, with some of these community goals that we've had. Yeah, trade has not scaled with the times at all. I mean, I'm elite 1 in trade, and I don't even focus on trade that much. What else? CQC. Can they just get that out of here, please? Like, does anybody play CQC? We got too close to this rock. Let's let us coast away for a minute. Combat does not only include conflict zones. Combat is straight up just ship kills. The wall you run into with combat is that you only get significant experience for ships that are higher rank than you. So once you get to the rank, when you're trying to climb up to elite rank, you're only getting decent XP for kills that are above you, i.e. elite. So that's the wall you hit with combat. Like we talked about this yesterday, like anybody that's got an elite combat rank is really just a mass murderer. There's Fletch. You know, CQC used to be a standalone mode that nobody played. I can remember it being downloadable from the Steam store. You've got to go back. Yep, and you had to kill an awful lot of people to get it. It's a joke. Elite 5, system building. Yeah. Only do pirate hunting and res zones now, and that don't add anything. Yeah, I was just talking about geological signs earlier, and there we go. Where's the nearest station to let you change out mods? Like, okay, so optional internals. Mitchell. Lots of stations should have a outfitting bay. Most, in fact. Here, let's the Elite 5 in combat equals war criminal. Possibly. Here, let's learn about Inara real quick. So I have no idea what system you're in, but if I was near my home system, which I apparently cannot spell today, and I wanted some type of outfitting, like say I wanted, I don't know, let's say I wanted a hangar, vehicle hangar. And that'll tell me. This website can be your best friend. Never did look at this CG to see how it was doing. Guys, am I hallucinating, or is this thing actually not hit tier 1 yet? Like, that seems a bit sus. Like, I expect this community goal will have big jumps because people are going to do what I'm doing, what Talon is doing. Like, we're going to get as much data as we can and then show up at, like, the last minute. But seriously, it's not actually hit tier 1 yet. ED Copilot, yeah. Personal preference, I don't really like ED Copilot that much, but I will fully admit it, it's a great tool. Whoa. Look at the chat. Got going too fast. See, that's one of the exact things I hate about it, is it adds too much superfluous chatter. Part of that's because I have voice tech, so I already have 3 to 4 idiots in my ear most of the time when I'm in the bubble anyway. So that's completely a personal thing. Like, I did a tutorial on ED Copilot for my channel because ED Copilot is very, very, very useful, especially if you really like the chatter stuff. It's even better, but personal preference. Like, all of us have our own styles. It is, Talon, it is. Like, normally, voice tech's a little bit louder than this. The only reason it's because we're out in the black, so there's not as much for them to babble about, because I'm not doing as much. And I also shut Vasco up because he was getting real annoying today. Oh no, that CG will get done. Probably up to tier 4 at least. It's... Explorers are the type of people who like to get a whole bunch of data and then go dump it all at once. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in the surface scanners. I'll slap them on one of my asps. More doing this out of curiosity is to help scoot along whatever it is FDev's up to. One week, 4 days. Does this goal end on the 20... What day does this goal end on? One week, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're really wrapping this thing up? Yeah, they are. Okay. Now I really wonder what they're up to. All right, Talon. See you tomorrow. 07. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. They could potentially offer a FSD. Although I'm wondering if they're holding off on offering FSDs for a while after what they did last year with the Thargoid War. Fuel scoops would be another good one. I mean, hell, I'm using one of the CG reward service scanners right now. So... I tend to wonder how big of a storyline they're trying to kick off here with this this whole thing that's been happening. Yeah, I ran through the trail of clues for the puzzle, and curious how far they go. I mean, it's interesting that they decided to brain. Interesting, they decided to permit lock that wide swath of systems. Manly. That's what a lot of people are hoping. I would be cool with alien animal life being introduced. Just drag the Planet Zoo team in. Make them make some space creatures. Or the Jurassic Park people, either one. I mean, hell, the Planet Zoo people did the tech for the animals in Flight Sim 2024, and those are damn near the only things that look good once you get close to the ground. Arthur, can it not be Thargoids? I'm tired of Thargoids. But it's likely Thargoids. Analysis mode.
Acknowledged.
Greeny Trini, hello, sir. How are you in Twitch chat? Five, 30, 50. NVIDIA driver. Ah, nice. Damn it! Oh, that's crushing. Oh, I was really hoping for that. This planet had the potential to have Stratum Tectonicus on it. Shame. Shame that it did not. Yeah, Victoria, that's why I was excited when I saw the hit first pop up, but it was not to be, because that should have been a first footfall, given what I've seen out of this system. So that would have been 19 million times 5. Or times 3, whichever the multiplier is. Anyways, it would have been a lot of money. Everybody's updating their NVIDIA drivers today. What has NVIDIA... What are they dropping a new game-ready driver for? Apparently, Arapahoe is on the star system. $95 million, yeah, so that's the 5 times. Ah, Borderlands. Are you even going to play Borderlands 4, Greeny? Next game coming after that, playing against Outer Worlds 2. Ah, yes. Can't wait. Dragon Quest HD 2D remakes. I haven't decided if I'm going to play those or not. Man, I really wish that Stratum had been legit. Not that I need much to tip me into Elite. I mean, you can see it right there. Analysis mode.
Affirmative.
I wonder if I could do these in 2. Might try that with the next one. Or just watch this one more carefully. That's 50. Might be a little close. This system just keeps going. One 1%. Slightly different targeting, and I probably could have gotten that. Ice, 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 ice. Alright, so then it's everything at the D star. Jesus. It's only 792 light seconds? Okay. A very interesting star system. Huh. Check that out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 planets basically lined up with each other. If anybody needs to summon a demon or something, then probably this system is in line for it. Analysis mode.
Acknowledged.
Okay. So that's 1, yep. 2, this is not going to be that hard because we've got 3 sets of moon / nested right here. Two probe efficiency target. You're back like you said you would be, huh, Half? I was wondering if that was a threat or a promise when you said it. If you were Bennis, I would definitely have taken it as a threat. Gotten back into playing MTG and you made it. No. No, Half, don't do that. It's bad for your wallet. YouTube chat, you can't see Twitch chat, but just know that he's talking about playing Magic the Gathering again. Y'all know how bad that is for your wallet. All your hobbies are bad for your wallet. I mean, I guess you could make a case that most hobbies are bad for people's wallets, but still, like, MTG is kind of an egregious one. They're essentially real life loot boxes, just like Pokemon cards. I built a custom PC. I play Warhammer. I got my own 3D printer to make more models. I play MTG. Damn, Half. You're just determined to hit all of them, aren't you? I smoke weed. That is also an expensive hobby, yes. Yeah, you could probably make some money 3D printing stuff for people. How many people do you know that have ADHD? I mean, probably. I'm just saying, man, 3D printed fidget spinners. Also in the water with the ghost. I don't know what was in the water that made that guy such a fucking idiot, but... One day we'll be done with this star system. Indeed, indeed. Don't you love it when you try to press the disengage button and you hit the fire button instead? Okay, another pair orbiting each other. I really need to remember to look at this system in the orrery before we leave, just to see exactly how weird it looks. I did finish Mafia. I finished Mafia before we ended the 24-hour stream. The 26-hour stream. As you would expect, things didn't end well for our boy Enzo. Because as we said, there was never going to be a happy ending in that game. How was it? I mean, do you want me to just straight up tell you how it was? Like, what happened? Okay. I'll tell you how it is. Yeah. I mean... it's a good ending. It's just you and Fletch and me were predicting it from the very get-go, so... and we were not that far off on our predictions. It's enjoyable, it's well voice acted, it goes to some interesting places, and... you know, the combat was perfectly serviceable. I never had a problem with it, so... it's, you know, it's about an 11-hour experience. I consider it well worth the $40 I paid for it. It would be a great one to watch Greenie play. No, God, the voice acting in that game, the story is really well done. Like, that studio nailed it on that game. I mean, here's the thing, like, you could go to the open world after you beat the game and roam around and look for collectibles, but they never really... I never felt like there was a time where the story was cutting me loose enough to be like, go explore the open world. Now, part of that is because I was so delirious with fatigue that I just wanted to keep mainlining the story to keep my interest and keep me awake. So, your mileage will vary. I mean, you can play it like it's on rails. There is really not a point where they tell you There are no side quests that like take you out into the open world to do like Far Cry shit, and there's not really a point, like I said, where I felt like the story was taking enough of a break per se that I could go do open world shenanigans. I really feel like the open world is there more for them to have places to put some DLC in the future if they want to. But yeah, the story is just on rails if you want it to be. A new controller and keep on with your Forbidden West playthrough, honestly. I need to play those games. I have them on PlayStation. I just don't have the will to haul the PS5 up here right now. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good about Zero Dawn. Was it Zero Dawn that had the sheer bad luck to get released at the same time as, like, right up against Breath of the Wild? Hold on, let's look. February 28th. February 28th, 2017, March 23rd, 2017 for Breath of the Wild. So yes, that's unfortunate. I thought I remembered that being like a story that year. Can't even see the planet hardly through those trails. Yes, rip Titanfall 2. Next system en route.
System destination locked.
Engage FSD.
Frame shift drive engaging.
That system took literally an hour.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Hyperspace velocity reached.
Killed by E. We're listening to the weekend about a film the week before COD. Well, I mean, Gearbox had Battleborn. Battleborn was great. And then it released at the same time as Overwatch. I agree, Half. I thought Battleborn had a lot of potential. Have a good one, Half. Good to talk to you, man. Good, we can get this system scanned before the end of the stream today. I don't know if these Rocky exports count, but we're gonna assume they do. Right, here we go. Got our first two. So I think what we're going to do tomorrow, guys, because I'm not streaming Friday and Saturday, we're hopping into Borderlands, is tomorrow I will probably make my way home to turn in for this CG. Because I don't really care if I play super high on this one. Welcome back, Wisconsin Man. Yeah, as we kind of head towards the end here, I will probably tomorrow. I'll look and see whether or not I move the fleet carrier. Depends on jump distances, but I will probably head for home tomorrow to turn in for this community goal. And Friday, no stream. Saturday, Borderlands, and then we're going to be Borderlands centric for a little while because my group of friends that I play with is real pumped about Borderlands 4. Doesn't mean we won't take a break on the weekends to do Star Citizen and Elite, though. It also doesn't mean I will not have other Elite content going up on the YouTube channel, just that we might not be streaming it as much for a few days. Because I got plenty to talk about on the YouTube channel. I'm getting interesting reactions, good reactions, but some interesting reactions to that Ship Interiors video that I put out the other day. We get this one scanned in. We'll take a look at where we are in relation to everything. And the carrier. We still haven't made it actually back to Barnard's Loop. Which was kind of my, like, de facto, like, yes, I'm far enough out to start doing what I want to do when we set out on this little excursion. The Barnard's Loop seems laughably close to the bubble, considering some of the other trips I've been on, but... I wonder if we can... I don't think we can. I'll double check and see if we can hit any neutron stars from here. It might almost be way out of my way. I'm only about 3,000 light years out. So not very far. I want to get too overboard on this one. things get relative at a certain point in Elite. Considering that, yeah, we didn't even make it back into the sector. Considering that I've spent a considerable, we spent a couple months here, and considering I've also been to Beagle Point, 3,000 light years away from the bubble doesn't really seem like that much to me. Again, all relative. Alright, so let's see how far away from the carrier we are. Well, Jester Copper Spot's 3,200 light years away. Neutron plotter. We are in. Wait. Where is this community going? Hill, PA, HSI. And we are in FLYUA. That's an O then. GRB. B330. We can make it home in 40 jumps. Be coming in at Jackson's Lighthouse. That is precisely what we'll do tomorrow. Yeah, that's pretty easy. That's really easy, actually. Distance. Alright, yeah, I think that's what we will do tomorrow, guys, is we will head for home. It's 4,147 light years from here to where I'm going, about 40 jumps. That'll be pretty quick to cover tomorrow, see what we get out of the community goal. So yeah, thank you for hanging out, folks. If you have not discovered the Discord already, feel free to hop in. If you are a commander looking for a squadron, then we are currently accepting applications at the Flying Gigamonkeys. We're just here for the Space Bananas and to help people learn how to play. And I will see you guys tomorrow. 07 Commanders, fly safe.